Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome to today's speed build. For today, we are in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is the world that came with the Horse Ranch expansion pack for another restricted build. This is a large generational ranch which is located in the top upper neighborhood in the world, which is more of like a desert canyon type surrounding. It's actually a really pretty place to ride horses, and in this farm I definitely wanted to make sure that horses had a place. So we definitely have I think it's like a largish stable that holds two horses, and yeah. So as I've mentioned in one of the Love Struck builds that I had recently built, that they are on the channel if you would like to look. Horse Ranch has one of the strongest build and buys. Similar to last week's for rent builds, Horse Ranch has a clear theme, and thus it just has a wide range of assets to ensure that a ranch style build can be achieved. And that's why I'm really enjoying these type of thematic packs where they definitely have a theme to them, as opposed to something like Growing Together, which really does add kind of almost like needed gameplay that enhances the base game and just the basic types of, and I guess Love Struck does the same. It works on very core subjects such as like emotion and dynamics and things like that. Whilst Horse Ranch it's about horses and living on a ranch and that kind of cowboy-esque lifestyle. So it's got a theme. All right, so this ranch has more of a craftsman style to it with it, and it has that with its large wraparound porch and dormers. So this is a huge build. This is a 6x4 bedroom house with 4 of those 6 bedrooms being large enough to be considered a master bedroom. So I really didn't do well with the scaling on this build. It's way too big. But I really liked it. I liked the exterior of the build. I fell in love with it. I didn't really want to tamper with it too much. I felt that it used up enough of the lot so that you didn't have too much landscaping. However, this is the type of lot where if you did have a lot of empty space, it kind of would fit in the surroundings. So I guess it would have been okay. But I definitely really liked the exterior of this build. So furthermore, this ranch has 2 living areas and a semi-enclosed open floor plan, study areas, stables for 2 horses, a large garden, and a private pond. From memory, this build comes in at 135 simoleons, and now is available on my Sims 4 gallery. The ID is Antoinette.44, which is in my description. All right, so we are moving inside. I'm just placing out all of the lights so that I can start the floor plan. And this is kind of where you see just how big this build actually is. It did kind of come together fairly simple, but I knew that it had to be a semi-open and closed, so a lot of hallways in this build. So what we are mapping out now is where the 2 bedrooms and multiple bathrooms are downstairs. So this is where I initially wanted to put a master bedroom and then kind of like a spare room. So as I said, like this was a generational build, so I figured, maybe a grandparent or somebody in the family or just a spare room could live in that area. And you've got 2 bathrooms, so you've got an ensuite to both rooms there. So there's 2 out of 4 of our large rooms. You then have a downstairs general bathroom, and then you have a study which just is off the entrance, what I'm just doing there. And then you have this huge, pretty much half of the build. It's about a third of the downstairs, I think, actually, and that's your kitchen, dining, living. And we are now upstairs, just working on the upstairs. We have 2 large bedrooms, so the ones on either end of that long extension, so they are the 2 other rooms that you could make as a master bedroom. They're massive. And then I didn't really know what to do with the other side of this upstairs, and I just turned it to be a living room because I was like, this needs a living room. It needs two living rooms because of its size. All right, so we are moving into the landscaping. We are jumping a little bit around with this build. Sometimes when I'm building, I struggle with a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of clarity. So sometimes it helps for me to do a different aspect of the build. So we are now doing a little bit of landscaping, and I wanted to really utilize debug for this because I felt that I didn't really know how to lay everything out. So I knew that if I start with, okay, mapping out where the garden is going to be, mapping out where the stables are, and we've kind of just mostly built the stables as well. We will go and furnish that inside, but I did just, I wanted to map out where everything was, and then I put the pond in. I did that off camera because I find the terrain tool is very finicky, and I just feel more comfortable taking my time with that. So the pond is there. We are starting to add in some debug furniture and furnishings. I really love the debug menu. Like, it is top tier. There's so many things around the world that just make doing these type of builds so easy. This was our larger build for the restricted pack for series for Horse Ranch. I wanted this build to have everything. I absolutely, from horses to nectar making to being a large family, I wanted to pretty much use every asset that came with this pack in this build in some manner. So that's the goal. So we've got the horse training gear, we've got a stable. I use a lot. There's a couple of assets I don't use, but I've also mixed the kind of modern assets that come with the pack and the more kind of run down rustic ranch type options. So they're all involved as well. This is that kind of garden area. I do put the nectar, is it a nectar press item? I'm not sure. It's the nectar making item. And I put that in the garden because I think it kind of makes sense. Like the Sims, will harvest the fruit and then they will make nectar. So that works. So we did have this whole back section, and I didn't know what to do with this back section, and I think I'm really happy with it. So initially I was trying to think of how to utilize the space in the kitchen dining area, and I really was thinking about putting a bar. But then I thought, why not just add a bar outside? And in this pack, they had obviously some assets that would clearly fit in a community lot because they made a lot of bars and saloons and whatnot. So there's a dance floor, there's a fire pit, there's the, what else is there? There's a grill that comes with this pack. There's a lot of items like that. So I've made like a little area for that. And I thought that was really good. And I'm pretty sure that there are like social events. I think it's like a rancher's day. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played with the pack. I think this pack's like over 12 months old, which is crazy. This year has gone so fast. We are halfway through November, guys. I have very much am inclined to get into the Christmas spirit, and I cannot wait to do our Christmas builds. I think what I'm going to do, I'm still going to do the pack restricted builds because we are going through that series now, but I think I'll do seasons because I think that will be the easiest way to do a Christmas build and still do a pack restricted. So that's very exciting. But anyway, back to the build. This is that kind of social area, that dance floor, the bars there. There's a grill there. I do, I think we were just before the walkthrough, I do add some benches because I noticed I hadn't had any benches there. And so we are now putting in our wallpaper, the flooring. I'm just kind of mapping out the bedrooms here. So as I said, we've got 2 teen rooms upstairs. a master bedroom downstairs, a spare room, and then we have 2 children's rooms as well. So that's your 6 bedrooms. And this is that open living area downstairs. So a lot of it, I did put down a whole pile of like loose kind of placement furniture. I actually kept a lot of it there. So you've got a half wall that allows me to kind of wrap the kitchen around. So that kind of separates the kitchen and the dining from the living. And I thought that was really good. I actually thought it created a perfect place to put a piano, because we did get a piano with this pack. So let's talk about the standout items. So in my opinion, the standout items were all the like furniture items. So all the chairs, the lounges, the beds, the rugs. I felt those are the items that really stand out. So there's a lot of gameplay in this pack. There's a lot of, as I said, thematic stuff. There's a range of things for community lots and residential. But if you use the community lot stuff in residential, it still fits. So that's something I really liked. And we got a lot of cabinets and things like that. So yeah, I do think it's a very strong build and buy. The things that where I feel it lacks are the paintings and the plants. This pack really does well. It really does well with its rundown type antique vibes. But I felt with the plants and the flowers especially that I just found myself using the same plant, and it was very repetitive, and it just, I don't know, I feel like if I was doing, because a lot of these builds, they're either this modern type of ranch or it's a really rustic ramp. I feel like the flowers led more to the rustic side, which is great for this particular build because that's what we're doing today. But if I was to have built something a little bit more modern, I'm not sure how it would fit in that scene. And also with the paintings, there's a one formal painting that comes with the pack, which I love, right? It's the painting that we're just placing here in the hallway. But then there are these like banners. They're like tapestry type banners, and I think they're so beautiful. But they're under like a wall decoration, and it might be a little bit confusing to find. So that's kind of why I feel like I wish we had a little bit more. And then there are posters, but those posters are more for community lots and whatnot. All right, so this is the downstairs bathroom. As I've always done, you will only see this bathroom furnished on camera, just because they are all very similar, and we do have 4 of them. So base game actually does pair fairly well with Horse Ranch, which did help with this build. It made it a little bit easier. And, I really enjoyed this because in my personal games, I prefer to play with larger households. Packs like Cottage Living and Horse Ranch pair really nicely together. And in both builds, you can create stories so many stories that you can tell, whether it's just and I do feel, is it Riders Glen? I want to say it's the Riders Glen neighborhood in Chestnut Ridge that very much gives that kind of farm-esque countryside type of vibe. But also Life and Death had the same thing, and that was but that's based on the Romanian countryside, so as opposed to Cottage Living, which is more British. All right, so this is the upstairs living room. Massive area. I do end up blocking off that area, which I think we're just doing now, because I put the TV cabinet and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of space here. I could have used the fireplace upstairs just like I did downstairs, but I do want to make them a little bit different. So this is where the TV is. There isn't a TV downstairs. So this area is kind of like, I guess it's a very much like a family space. We do have books, and I'm pretty sure I put an easel in, and I put it in a gaming table, like a cards table. You've got the TV. Yep, there's the easel, and I'm trying to think, maybe a desk, I believe. We got a guitar with the bonus content of this pack, and that's the other thing I did want to mention. I will be using those bonus content pieces. They are technically for the pack, so I do include those in. We put in the stereo that comes with this pack, that kind of vintage stereo. The lights were really good in this pack as well. I really liked all the lamps and the lanterns that they have. Just putting some photographs. I know that the frame color doesn't match, but I wanted to kind of use a different swatch of the painting that we got. The curtains in this pack were not the best, but they're still usable, and I still use them in most of the bedrooms and the living areas. So we are now moving into the master bedroom. So this was probably a decent sized master bedroom, and I do just start with placing the beds in this pack are beautiful. I just wish they had better energy ratings. I think they're only like a 4 or a 5, which isn't too great, but it's not the worst. But I really love all the patterns on the quilts, and I really love the ottomans and how they kind of match. And yeah, so this is the master bedroom. They're those tapestry pieces I was referring to. And then we keep the same bed because we only got 2 double beds. I think I used the other type upstairs. And then this is just a spare room. I really love the chair that comes with the draped bit of, I don't know if it's meant to be like a blanket that's draped or whatnot, but it just looks so pretty. And I'm just placing it here in this corner, this type of chair. It's one of my favorite assets that come with the pack. And this is more of a green theme. I do try to make each master bedroom a little bit different. So we've just got a desk in there and just a wardrobe. But as I said, they've all got bathrooms. Moving upstairs, we had this massive area where I could have put another room, but because of where the staircase was, it was really awkward in placing, and I wanted to make sure that the Sims could route around that area. So I thought, why not just make like a little improv like study area? We've got plenty of children and teenagers in this pack, so you will need blank desk space to do homework. So I thought that that would be a great spot to put that. There's where I put the chess table. I knew I had one. This does feel a little empty up here. I was really struggled with hallways, especially because these hallways are quite big. But we do just clutter them. This is the part where I kind of go, okay, what have I not used? What have I used? What can I put in there? What makes sense? And then I remembered, yeah, just like even the hanging wall wardrobe pieces, I forgot that we had with this pack. So place some of those in the bedrooms for when I go in there. And the rocking chairs, I believe one of the rocking chairs I use is one of those early access ones. I think that's the bonus content. Why am I saying early access? All right, we are moving into the third bedroom. This is my favorite build. Well, it's one of them, but it's my favorite room that I've done for this build. So this you could make this the master bedroom. This is the largest room in the build, and I've used the other bed and I've gone for more of a blue theme, and I've mixed kind of that mustard yellow in, and I've just tried to decorate this the best I could. I've used the bedside table lamps. I've used that little wall hanging space. I put a TV in this bedroom and in the other larger room upstairs. So it's, as I said, it's quite big. Put a computer there. This is the first child's room. So I used a kind of a green theme, and I thought this sim is very much into horses. So I just put I love the horse children rug. And it has just cute swatches. It has sheeps and the horses. I think it also has, I don't think it has a goat or anything. I don't know. It's just really cutesy, and I love that. So that's basically what I've done for this child's room. Just put in a few toys, a desk in there, and just putting a painting. All right, we're moving into the fourth large bedroom. So this again, you could make as a master bedroom, you could make as a teens room. I decided to put a TV in this room just because it had the space, and just kind of really copy the other bedrooms that I had. Just makes it easier when I'm decorating, because sometimes I don't always feel inspired to decorate. So especially when I'm doing a large build, like as you can imagine how many hours went into to building this. So yeah, sometimes, but I just kind of get a color and a theme and I just run with it. So that was that fourth large room. We are now into the final bedroom, the sixth bedroom. And this is just like a super girly pink, like like when this pack came out, the Barbie movie was all the rage. So I feel like we got a ton of kind of like pink assets, and like there were a lot of Barbie homes that were being built. All right, we are now live in game and we are just going to move into the tour. So we'll go through the landscaping first. So we are just going to head into our stable. So this is our stable. You've got all the things you need there. We then have the jumping ramp and a little bit of, there's some water there for the horse and just a little bit of space there, because you do want to have a lot of space outside for your horses, otherwise it clips like mad. That was our veggie patch with our nectar making machine. You then have your dance floor kind of entertainment area, the fire pit. I didn't do much on the porches. That's probably the downside to this build. We then have that entranceway, which then goes into the study, which is a more like private study as opposed to what's upstairs. You then go down the hallway. We're going into the main living area, I believe. Yep. So you've got the living room. You've got another desk and a piano. Moves into the kitchen and the dining area. Really love this space. Lots of light that comes in. It's really pretty. We then head down the hall. You have the downstairs bathroom. Really quite simple in there. You then move down to another hallway into the master bedroom, into its ensuite. Yep. It's more of just, as I said, it's just a basic brown themed ensuite. Then you have the spare bedroom and its bathroom. Really quite lovely there. And then you go upstairs and then we are into the main hallway, which, as I said, I've got that little study area, lots of skill building. And yeah, we then have the second living area, which is that really large space, which has your TV, your computer. It has an easel, a gaming table, just all that kind of fun stuff. We have the upstairs bathroom that looks really dark. Really dark furnishings in there. We have a child's room, which has the dollhouse that comes with the pack. We have a teen's room, you could say, I guess. Really lucky teens to have TVs in their bedrooms. We have a second child's room. This is the child that likes horses. And then we have what probably should be the master bedroom of the house, realistically, because of its size, but I've kind of staged it as a teen's room. And that is our sixth and final bedroom. So that is the build today, guys. I had a lot of fun with this one, and if you have stayed till the end, thank you so much. I know it is a bit of a long video, but with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.